On today's episode of Nostalgia 101, we welcome co-writer and producer of ZombieCon, Erin Áine, and director of ZombieCon, Kyle Valle.
Thank you for
Hey,
having us.
What's up, guys?
we're
What's
going to
up?
school.
Yeah, we're going back to school. It's when we go to school and we learn
I love
something.
these episodes. Hello,
They're
everybody.
always
Yeah,
fun.
It's your first time. We're longtime friends. I'm taking Dan's intro from
Go
here.
ahead. Just do
I'm
it.
from New York. Dan is in
Do
LA
it.
over there. Billy, I forget where you are.
North
Sometimes
Carolina.
it's DC, Carolina, whatever. And we're longtime friends. We sit here and bullshit, and sometimes actually people come on and teach us some things. So
That's the
these are
best
my
part.
favorites too because I was a film major, did nothing to it with it. I became an electrician, and then now I own a brewery and I do Instagram film. I guess.
Manny.
Oh, and I own a marketing company that does it too.
Manny,
But anyways,
today I was thinking, I was
What's
like, in my head, I was like, I wonder what's going to be the over-under of when Manny drops he went to film school because I was.
oh, of course, it's always going to be
30
over. I mean,
seconds.
it's going to happen.
No, it's
I
definitely-
No, I
admire
know.
any of these people that we have on because of the fact that they're doing what went to school to do, and they just
Yeah.
got sucked into helping my grandfather. That's what happens when you're done.
Fuck,
Be
man.
nice.
I
So,
mean, sometimes people are
I'm
assholes
still
and then
doing
they
it
turn
now,
into
though. I'm
zombies.
back
so-
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am doing marketing for companies and stuff, so I am behind the camera in front of it, editing and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
these guys are making movies, so let's
Yeah.
get into it.
Yeah, so
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, this is going to be a fun episode because also we just recorded our episode. I mean, we've been doing all ZombieCon tonight, so that episode will already be out, so you can watch that episode and listen to our episode about ZombieCon. And now we're here with the team from ZombieCon. I'm super excited. Just like when we did the last deal, we were really happy when Jonathan Salemi came on to talk about directing the last deal and how how they did that whole thing during that time, especially during COVID when he shot that. And it's so fun to get the behind the scenes, kind of like Manny when we talked to the guy who created Qbert, to be like, oh my God, it was just like something like a coding mistake in a way or a coding exercise, and all of a sudden we have the
That was
arcade
like
game
what,
Qbert.
episode 10?
Yeah, that was somewhere
that
way in the
was a while
beginning of
ago.
the podcast. But we're here today with Erin and Kyle, and we're so happy that you're here to talk about ZombieCon and zombie movies and everything. So please, let the audience know a little bit about yourselves and, in any way you want.
Absolutely. So I've been an actress since I was probably like 10 or 11. I got an agent pretty early and I've been acting ever since. And after graduating school, moving to Los Angeles to pursue it, Kyle and I started dating, and the two of us started a production company that kind of spiraled and snowballed into something much bigger. And ever since, have been producing and writing or co-writing. And ZombieCon is actually our first feature film, so we're really excited. It was just released this summer. DVD is out in October, and hopefully, listeners, you've got a chance to check it out. And if not, maybe this episode will give you a little bit of a kick in the butt to give us a shot.
Well said. Yeah, no, I'm a self-taught filmmaker. I've kind of lived all over the place, but I spent the last 15 years in Los Angeles. And yeah, we started, like Erin said, she wrapped it up nicely, but we started with short films, went to web series, and then got wrapped up in this film that's taken I think like 10 years, 9 years to, get through post-production on, which was a traumatic life event, to say the least.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing. So,
So you guys shot this? When did you actually shoot it then?
We shot it in
2016.
2016. Principal
Holy crap.
photography was about 30 days. We were able to get basically everything. And we picked up insert shots as we kind of went through the whole
Yeah.
post-production journey and, little things here and there. But yeah, it was just a steep learning curve, especially audio was like probably the most difficult thing. It's like real horror story.
well, that was something that was funny when I was watching it, that there were times when I think there was a scene in the apartment where I think Punky Johnson went over the couch and there was this really loud sound from the couch. I'm like, I had my earbuds in listening. I was like, whoa. I was like, but it was so cool to think that now you're saying this is, such a passion project in terms of you kept it going and seeing it through to the end. And 2016, it's really cool to see Punky Johnson, who was on SNL and everything, in the film. It was really like amazing to kind of see her in that film. So, but yeah, wow, like how long? So you said 30 days to get it done, and how did you come up with the premise? Like that was something that I was really interested in because we all were, because we like horror films, especially Billy and I, and we like zombie films, and we were interested in the premise of being like, how do you choose that this it's like this wish that happens. We were like, I've never seen something like that. Like, where did that come from?
So I think so. Basically, we were getting over these web series that we had made, and we needed to come up with a concept that was both original but also doable for feature film. So zombies seemed like a kind of no-brainer for an indie film. From my perspective, at least, I'm a huge Romero fan, and I know the kind of making of, like, the way he got started with Night of the Living Dead, and that was kind of scrappy production. And obviously, 28 Days Later is again, obviously a higher budgeted film, but also for what they were able to put on screen was technically a lower budgeted film. So it seemed very natural to go in that direction. And then in regards to the story elements, a lot of it came from kind of my life journey and love affair with like anime and pop culture stuff, like back in the early 90s. I'm sure you guys are a little familiar with this. Like a lot of this stuff was not like table talk in school. Like if you were a fan of Marvel or DC, even vanilla stuff like that, I think, I mean, if people would talk a lot about like the Mets or the Yankees, or like, what players doing this and what basketball team stats that. People didn't really know who Iron Man was or Spider-Man, and we're kind of lost over there.
Very small subsegment.
Yeah. So, it was just kind of trying to morph those elements into the film and create characters that I felt like I would have wanted to be friends with when I was growing up. And then for like the wish thing, that was really coming from an anime perspective and wanting to do something with the film and the world mechanic that was a little bit different and would kind of bleed through the rest of the volumes and kind of get bigger and more important to the story. But in the first one, it needed to be kind of a smaller kind of scope, because otherwise we'd be sitting there with like a Lord of the Rings style exposition without the budget to make it look like a Lord of the Rings style exposition. So
that's fair. That's fair. Well, what about the I was very interested in the cosplay aspect. Are either of you kind of like into that, or was it just like you've seen it in a friend group or anything like that?
So I've been like, I mean, I've been technically cosplaying since I was like a little kid. I think back then I wouldn't even have been able to tell you it was cosplay. But I'd get dressed up like as Indiana Jones, not like during Halloween or anything, but like going to like a Disney theme park to go to the Stunt Show Spectacular, or getting dressed up as a Ghostbuster or something like this, just kind of playing around with my brother. We went to a couple local cons in the northern New Jersey area. There were a couple like horror cons that were up there. But again, like it's really exploded where now you've got a con in every city, multiple times per year. A lot of these things are absolutely massive. We're in Atlanta now, and I mean, Dragon Con is
huge,
just blown up to been like, I think it's like 250,000 people. LA's obviously got like 30 cons that happen like one after another the entire year. You got Mecca and San Diego. But my first like thing that made me like fall in love with cons was just by chance went on a family trip to Las Vegas, and there was a Star Trek convention. My dad's a huge Trekkie, so we kind of hit it up, and that was just like a really eye-opening experience at like the age of 9. Like everyone in these, like I call them like professional cosplayers, right? Like people who really knew what they were doing and had really advanced costumes and prosthetics, and it looked like you were walking around a film set. And I always kind of obviously romanticized filmmaking and movies, and in my mind I was like, oh yeah, if I knew someone in Los Angeles, I could do that too. And yeah, so that was kind of started the love affair with the entire con culture. And that just kind of grew as I got older. Whenever there was an opportunity, just kind of seize on it.
And he has always been a huge collector. I mean, I know we were talking about before the podcast started, we're in his parents' house right now. This is just a corner of his dad's room,
so awesome.
The room with movie collectibles. And Kyle's been collecting, and our house has a whole bunch of props and replicas and everything. And so we've kind of always been in that space. I started out being a huge Harry Potter fan when I was younger. And so I was cosplaying as Hermione, had the broom, the robe,
Makes sense.
dress up to go to the movie theater as her, like the whole 9 yards. But yeah, it's like when it comes to the Rockets and their fandoms and collecting and the stuff on the walls and stuff, we had a lot of that stuff already in our apartment.
Mhm.
And so it kind of snowballed from there too. But the Rockets apartment, for reference, we actually shot that. That's our apartment.
Oh, really?
It was
Oh,
our
that's
apartment
awesome.
when we lived in Los Angeles, right? We needed somewhere that we could basically destroy.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, so you love
Yeah, you did.
destroy-
Park got
Sprayed
fucked up.
fake blood all over
I've
your
been
apartment.
I've been on indie like stages like where we go in someone's house. I'm like, you destroy those people's houses. Like you try to not destroy the sheetrock, but something always gets destroyed. Like, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
had blood everywhere in this movie. So it's like, oh
Everywhere.
my God.
Everywhere. I know, like when we were finally moving out of that apartment, there was a corner of the house that we hadn't really been, like I think Kyle's desk was up against the wall and a curtain.
It's like one of those, I don't know, like the wooden thing that you pull open to reveal the window, whatever the thing's called.
The shutters.
The shutters, yeah. And
Yeah.
I haven't looked at this thing. It was behind my editing desk, so like I had to had blackout curtains because I was color correcting back there and everything. So this thing had not seen
The light of day.
for
Literally.
10 years. And the real estate agent's like, oh yeah, you've gotta paint this place. Like this is terrible. Like it still had
The
like
browns,
the
the
80s style
greens.
paint aesthetic. She's like, yeah,
Oh,
this is
wow.
not gonna sell very easy. You gotta make it like white and new and fresh. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, whatever, we'll go with that. Painter comes through and I'm like, yeah, we gotta do this. Oh yeah, and these shutter things, and I pull the curtain open and there's like this giant blood spray on the one of the
Oh,
You guys are like,
Jesus.
"Holy shit." Like, what
That's
the-
awesome.
I'm like, oh no, that's fake. That's fake. And the guy's looking at me like, yeah, that's bullshit. It's like-
Yeah. He goes, no, check out this movie.
No, I mean,
Oh, it's hilarious.
and it's LA. They probably it's like, "Oh, don't worry, we've seen worse. It's not a big deal. Whatever.
Like, yeah,
You've seen
fuck it, whatever.
other things sprayed all over the walls, no big deal." But yeah, that apartment was funny because I think there were points where I was like, I wonder where in the apartment they are right now. But it seemed I was like, yeah, that's an LA apartment for sure.
I will say, you definitely did a lot in an apartment that size.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I was like, wait, there's like 4 different things happening. And I'm like, and they're in a very small apartment, it looks like. I was like, that it was done really, really well. So
there was actually, just the filming of it was a feat in and of itself. Because every time we moved the camera, what you're not seeing is on the right behind the camera, right, basically shooting a 180 every single time. It's all the equipment. So every time we're shooting reverses, it's like, okay, everyone pick up all the stuff, move it to the
Oh
other
my
side,
God.
and then back, and then back.
Because it was our production hub. And so
Yeah.
we didn't have anywhere else to put it. So, right, we had just tons of stuff.
And we actually had, luckily, Manny, who plays Rocket, he did a lot of the VFX. And there were a couple shots where he very successfully removed crew members who were running,
No way.
spinning around with the camera, who are running
Oh, that's
away from the camera.
So a lot of people had to play multiple roles in the filming process. So because one of the things that we were talking about too was the amount of the practical effects in the kill scenes were just like hilarious. They were fun and exaggerated and hilarious. And I was like, who did you have someone on set doing that, or was it one of the cast members like doing that work?
So I'd actually filmed a movie in New York 6 months before we got into principal photography on this. And it was like the reshoots for a film it's called Heart Boulevard. But we basically came back and I was growing my hair out and I was kind of like, this is going to be my long hair chapter. And I was like kind of refusing to cut it. So they had to hire a makeup artist to come on board to like tuck my hair up in all these different ways. And he started showing me his portfolio of stuff, and his name is Joseph Drebresco, and he's like got like these amazing full prosthetic, alien creature makeups and this great horror and zombie type makeups. And I was like, would you be interested in like coming to LA and like sleeping on my couch for like a month and doing all the prosthetic work and all the zombie stuff? And he's like, yeah, that sounds awesome. And so he was on Face Off literally like the month
year.
after, right after he filmed our movie. He was on Sci-Fi's Face Off, so he was like way above what we should have been able to get, and he's turned into like a family friend. But he is literally under the camera, like either between my legs, between the actor's legs, like finding a hole to kind of work his little blood sprayer in. And we didn't have, any money for squibs or anything like that. We only had a $60,000 budget. So no compressed air or anything. He just basically had me go on Amazon and get a couple weed sprayers, like the hand pump weed sprayers.
Oh, there's a picture of you on IMDb holding that in your apartment, soaked in red. Yeah, that's funny. I actually want to. You brought up the budget you had, and I always love to hear about that. Like, how did you guys fund this film?
So I'm missing a kidney. No.
I was like, oh my God, this is about to get super dark out of nowhere. This is like,
no, I mean, sometimes people have to do
shit.
it. Like, if you really want this film to be made, that's it.
No,
it's a leap of faith.
You gave me almost a heart attack.
No,
you didn't know.
Right?
We're about to drop some, is like just like an exclusive, like right away.
Like literally like 6 months after production that he'd gotten in a car wreck in the middle of production because like it just didn't seem important at the time. So yeah, these kind of things they come out later.
Yeah.
But no, we did a GoFundMe, and we had done, like we were saying previously, we had done a number of short films and a number of web series. So we felt pretty confident with what we were doing and kind of the way we were running things. We had a couple locations because the people that worked on ZombieCon, the main cast, from Carlo Mendez, who plays Xander, Punky, Christian Casillas, or Punky, who plays Punky, Christian, who plays Javier, and Manny Luke, who plays Rockin', and of course, Erin and myself. We were already working together on a number of different things. So we knew that we can get everyone there kind of locked in and to do things as cheaply as possible. And we had a way to do it for like $5,000. And the GoFundMe got us to like $7,000 or $8,000, but we, I guess, had done a good enough job with this GoFundMe with the artwork and describing the story and kind of pitching it, that when someone was like, we got approached by a private investor who's like, well, how much do you need to like make it correctly? Because you're not going to be able to make it for like $5,000 or $7,000. And I was like, I mean, I think we could do it for 60. That would be like our like pie in the sky number for what we were working with. Obviously, I would have loved like $20 million, but that wasn't going to happen. Yeah. And they came in and they filled the gap. And then after that initial investment, right, it was years and years of post-production. And that's just basically, us scrimping and saving wherever you can and just, finding the money to buy a hard drive here or, replace a computer there and
pouring our time and resources into this film.
And the audio plugins were, oh God, they were so expensive.
So you're talking about like, you shot this, you said 2015, 16?
16, yeah.
16. Was I see, like, was it first released in 2018 or?
It was an absolute nightmare.
Curve, yeah.
We put it up. We thought like, oh yeah, we're going to get this thing done super quick. We'll get it up, up on IMDb. We're official. Like, look at how cool we are. It's a feature film.
It feels good. Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, but we need test screenings. I mean, that's what the big guys do. Like, we got to see how it hits with the audience. We can't just like try to release it. I didn't know how we were going to release it, but wanted to do test screenings. Didn't have the money to rent out theaters or do anything. So I'm like, hey, I saw Waking Sleeping Beauty, and they released, I think it was Lion King or something, unfinished in the New York Film Festival, A Little Mermaid. And, that helped generate a lot of press for the movie and stuff. And we could use them as test screenings. So it's okay that it's unfinished because we'll submit it as an unfinished work and, it won't be the finished thing and everyone will know that and it'll be cool. Yeah, until it got nominated for a couple of awards, wins one, and then I realized that I'm not, the Walt Disney Company and have absolutely no control over what IMDb says. So about 500 emails later, as I'm sending them screenshots of me working, editing the film, color correcting things, working on audio.
He was like taking selfies too behind his desk.
And they're like, no, it's you won this award, you were in a festival, you're released. I'm like, we're not released. We're still working. We're still in post-production.
Wow.
And then we had finished a pretty close version to what the film was, at least we would have thought we would have released right as COVID happened. And then when COVID happened, I'm like, well, I could make it better. And then I ripped apart the entire thing and started from square one and basically remade the entire movie.
So when you say
Holy
that,
shit.
for people who are listening, you're saying like you even shot all different scenes, or you just ripped
No.
apart
Oh,
like
no, just like in the
editing
editing.
and all
Editing,
that
yeah.
other stuff? Okay.
So the way that we shot it, you know, we had a lot of really good material, but one of the hiccups was the first generation Ronin gimbal that I had. Even though I bought the batteries directly from the company, two of the batteries would supply power to the cables that we had running off of it, you know, for the follow focus and stuff like that, but they would not engage the gyroscope. So it was just a free floating kind of weighted down camera that I'm holding with my teeth.
Oh.
And so we had a lot of really nice oneers, but then suddenly the camera would like turn sideways at an aggressive angle.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was trying to figure out, do we try to find shots that allow us to kind of mimic a kind of stick look? You know, we'll do kind of more regular 1 1 1 1. Like, how crazy do we want to get with the movement? And so there are two cuts of the movie. One that's like very much just oneers through the entire scenes, as close as I can get to it, with it being still watchable. And then the movie that, you know, was released is much more, you know, purposefully cut in a way where we're at least resting with the characters a little bit more. Within especially the dialogue scenes. The action scenes are still pretty chaotic and, you know, movement oriented. But figured that was add a little kinetic energy to it. So
In the one of the original cuts, do we actually see the awesome routine?
That was one of the biggest questions I had. I'm like, I want to see the awesome routine.
That was something in the last, when we were recording in the last episode, we were like, and then it cuts and we don't get to see the routine. And we were like, I wonder what this routine looked like.
I was like,
figured it
dude,
was
they didn't have the
budget.
money to do the routine.
I was like, it's
all
budget
That's
related.
why
It
we
has to be.
didn't do it.
yeah, that was it was both a budgetary restriction, and when we were writing the script, it was kind of like we had to show team force for people who didn't know what, or at least this was my thought process. Wanted to show team force for people who didn't know what a cosplay masquerade kind of was, and like a cosplay competition. And then
Is that really what they're like? Because I was like, holy shit, I didn't know that's what it was. Like,
oh yeah, no, dude. Some of these things are, and there are differing levels of them. Sometimes they'll come out and they'll strike, like they'll do 3 specific poses.
Right.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll be kind of like really intense routines where people will have music and sound effects and
damn.
Character voices, and they'll go through an entire kind of skit type thing. And then others, they'll just kind of do a kind of like a Miss America walk right down the stage and kind of do the pose, you know, and everyone kind of votes it, like, you know, that type of deal. Well, I mean, that's what it is.
That's cool. Billy was like, wow, that's crazy. Like we were,
I had no idea.
wanted to know that. Yeah.
None. We all had no clue. We were like, I guess that's what it is. We had no idea. It was like such a surprise to see that, because you don't.
And Rocket missed it because his mom called him.
Yeah.
Like, why did he just not pick up the phone? I was like, come on,
hang up.
He needs to see this.
Hang up on my mom all the time. Sorry, Mom.
I hang up on my mom all the time.
He's like, Mom, I gotta watch this. And he like, oh god, it was so good. Another question. Can I ask the asshole question, guys?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go for it.
All right. So the wish is that all assholes turn into zombies. Now, is it that is it anyone who's ever been called by an asshole by somebody, like who, because somebody thinks somebody's an asshole, like somebody in my life, even though I might be the nicest person in the world, thinks I'm an asshole.
Oh, everyone thinks we're
I turn
assholes.
into a zombie, or is it that like they're seriously assholes?
No, I think so. In the end, it kind of alludes, without giving a spoiler away, it's much more your own perception, like what you see in the mirror, right?
Yeah.
So deep down, like, you know, people know if they're an asshole, right? It's kind of like, sometimes you're just a misunderstood asshole. Sometimes you're kind of like, I fucking hate everyone. So,
yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of a self-reflection of what is happening inside you type thing.
So that's why, like, when that happens, when the initial wish occurs, that vibration that happens or whatever, that rocket feels that initial vibration. Okay.
Because you're like, is he an asshole? Because I thought he was
on the
kind of an
edge there.
asshole.
Billy,
exactly.
Billy was like, I think
Billy
one of the
was
things
like,
we were like
oh, he's
watching.
totally turned.
I
We were
totally
like-
leaned on him. I'm like, he's an asshole.
I was waiting for him to like all of a sudden he's zombie out while he's like walking with people, like with them, with the friends. I'm like,
Yeah,
he's
or
gonna
they're
bite
like,
him. He's
no,
gonna
no,
bite him.
don't turn.
It's like he's
That's
definitely
what,
gonna do it.
yeah, we were like, we thought he was gonna Hulk it, like it was like,
Yeah.
you know, and then he comes down, and at some point too, because I mean, Punky Johnson, I love Punky Johnson on SNL, and I'd like to know how Punky Johnson got involved. But one of the things that we were talking about, we were like, man, it would have been great if Punky Johnson just slapped the shit out of Rockets at one point for something, because he needed to be slapped at least once to kind of just shut the fuck up. Let's go. We gotta go.
Snap him out of it. Let's go.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah.
moving.
Of course,
Yeah.
this is why we would be turned into zombies, because we're assholes.
We're
but like
assholes, yeah.
we were just like, we were like, come on, Punky Johnson, you know you want to just slap him, like get him out of here. I mean, she does actually hit him at some point, so I thought it was like, you know, we could get 2 more times like that. But how did Punky Johnson get involved in this? Because I mean, she was really funny.
So when I first got out to LA, I was doing an acting class. Yeah, again, I went to school for something advertising and pre-law, nothing to do with filmmaking. I think I took one filmmaking course in college and I failed that class. So
The best. That's what happens to the best filmmakers, man. So you're good to go. You're in good
David
company.
Lynch never took an entire film course his entire life.
yeah,
You're good,
So-
man.
yeah, I got
Yeah,
hung
it was a
up
great
on-
degree to pay for. Yeah.
They wanted us to watch The Departed, and the guy was breaking it down. And at the time, I didn't realize like prop selection and stuff. He really got hung up on the color of the cell phones that they chose, and I was like, "This is bullshit." Like, this is
You're
not-
like, I can't do this. This is too fucking ridiculous. Yeah, yeah. That sounds like film school right there, right? Like, it's
So,
like,
I
it's
mean-
like the drapes on the Titanic you're focused on.
And now, you know, coming now from a filmmaker's perspective, I think there's probably something to what he was saying, but as a
Fair.
you know, as probably a person who would have been turned into a zombie at the age of 18, like, or 19, whatever, you know, it is what it is. But
You and JJ.
yeah,
You
so
and JJ.
when I first moved out to LA, I was in this acting class, and I met JJ as actually the first person I did an exercise with, or Punky was the first person I did an exercise with in that class. And then we became pretty fast friends. And then we both realized we're paying way too much for single apartments. And we're like, yes, just want to move in together. Look, we can save a ton of money. And so then she was my first roommate out in LA. And actually at that same acting class, that's where I met Christian Casillas, who plays Javier.
And funny enough, we met at an acting workshop
Yeah.
a year after that, and then
I met Carlo
you met Carlo at
at
another
an
acting,
acting
so
workshop. Like,
acting workshops,
Yeah.
great place to meet people.
I was gonna say, you guys, the great place to meet people to make a movie together.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, let's do a favor for each other. Yeah, that's awesome.
But Punky's been a really good friend. Like I came into the picture in 2013, and we've been good friends ever since. And she literally is somehow even funnier and cooler in real
Yeah.
life.
she's awesome.
I don't know how, but she is.
Yeah.
Her energy in this movie is phenomenal. I was like, is she the leader? Because she's ready to throw down.
She should lead.
in the liquor store,
I
we
was
were
like,
just
God.
just like throw down on the liquor store. Let's go. Like I thought that
She's like,
we were-
"What's up, bitch? Let's go." I loved it. She's like, "Let's fucking go." Yeah, it was
She
Yeah.
was ready.
Yeah.
I loved
she
it.
was ready. Her and Javier too. It was funny to watch him. I was like, this guy's jacked. Let's go. Just like we're gonna let these guys like push you around. And you too, Erin. Like one of my favorite parts was the initial kill scene of the ex-boyfriend. It was hilarious and just the pop punk music that just then comes in
Oh, it's great.
as the kill scenes continue. It was really funny. But your ability to scream the way you did and just go into this place of insanity was
Yeah.
one of the I thought
It was awesome.
I thought it was
Thank you.
I was like, oh my God, like yeah, that was really great. Like what were some of your favorite scenes to be in, Erin?
I have to say that was absolutely bar none my favorite scene to be in, and from the producer standpoint to get to film, because it was
That's
so
awesome.
it was so bonkers. It was like the height of comedy, action, stakes, horror, and from an acting perspective, just to know that I had started a zombie apocalypse. My friends don't know. There's a zombie now in there. They're thinking that I'm trying to kill my ex-boyfriend, and they're like accomplices, basically. It was the most fun thing in the world. And it actually was the first time that we shot, because we basically shot in chronological order for the most part. So that was the first zombie kill that we filmed as well. So it was like bananas and bonkers all wrapped into one, and so much fun.
Yeah, we shot basically, and I know that there's a specific name for this, but it eludes me again. I didn't go to film school, but the way that they shoot like kind of lower budget Chinese movies, at least the way they did back in the day, where you're kind of, you're shooting, yes, chronologically, but it's really so that you don't have to reset the stage, right? So once we have blood sprayed all over the place, well, obviously every scene after that, we had to have some amount of blood spray. So we didn't want to have to kind of keep going back, cleaning it up, respraying it down, cleaning it up, respraying it down.
Well, and that's another reason why, just get back to it, why this is like one of my, probably my favorite scene, was because the stakes were so high with that first stab with the stab and the knife and the blood starting to hit me and everything. We didn't have time or budget to go back and reshoot or to do a second take of that. Like, it had to be the perfect take. So the stakes couldn't have been higher from an acting standpoint. It wasn't just me. Like, obviously camera had to be on point, the focus, the sound, everything. With the adrenaline, knowing before we went in, like, the second shit starts hitting the fan and blood starts coming out, like, we just have to get this right.
This is it.
Oh my God, it was so exciting.
Did you guys have to practice it before, like did you go over?
We did, like,
a little bit
choreography, but with no blood or anything, and it was,
dry rehearsals on everything, especially the action scenes, and like trying to figure out how to do this stuff safely without like a stunt coordinator. So I was kind of working with the actors. Obviously, there's no stunt doubles, right? So everyone's responsible for their own stunts. And then also trying to figure out what is the geography and what is like the most realistic way to make this all happen. So I think like the pinning of Devin to the couch by, all three of them kind of holding his arms down while that stab occurs. That was something that was kind of loosely in the script, but we didn't actually figure out until I was like with the camera day of and kind of moving around with the actors and trying to figure out, okay, so we'll come here. Okay, you throw that person there, do this. Okay. And then we go through a dry rehearsal or two where everyone would be like, okay, okay, you grab it over here. Okay, yeah, okay, good. Okay, everyone's got it. All right, get the blood. Let's go.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious.
We all did our best to, obviously make it realistic, but we weren't trying to like roughhouse each other. But I will say, especially after that fight, the next morning, the Rockets, we were all comparing. We each had like a little bruise here or there.
That's hilarious.
Like, was that you? Was that you? You did this one to me.
Who hit me? That's funny.
I'm like walking my dog the next morning. I'm like checking out my bruises. Just like, what is this like?
Oh my God. That's hilarious. That's one thing I thought after that, and this is what obviously we watched it afterwards, hindsight's 2020. I thought it would have been awesome where you show the guy loses his favorite tank top to the shitty neighbor, right? And then the guy comes in. I told these guys, I was like, dude, how awesome it'd been if he was wearing the tank top he stole. I was like, that would have been fucking awesome. And then he was like, oh, you ruined my tank top.
Thanks, Bill. He's now going to go back and do another
cut. Billy, now that we know it took them this long to put the movie out.
Criticism.
Now that we know that it took this long, we're like,
like I said, hindsight's 2020. We're watching it. Yeah, but that's
hilarious. That would have been so.
I've actually we've done a lot of these interviews.
No one's ever said that.
I've never heard that as feedback, and I love that. I love it. I hate that I didn't do that now. That is
but Billy texted us last night because usually when we do these,
because I love that scene where he drops the shirt and the guy's like, yeah, and walks away with that. I'm like, oh, that's fucking hilarious.
That was the campiest.
Hilarious.
And as someone who lives in LA, I was like, these motherfuckers have a balcony. I was like, I really wish I had one. It's very, it's such LA real estate like thought, but I was like, that's a cool ass balcony. There's like a body in a bag on the balcony. All I could think of was like, And they got a lot of space out there. Like, where is this apartment? I really want to put a coffee table out there.
Y'all were complimenting before, I think it was before we started filming, how much like we were able to film in the apartment and it still feel like a big space because it's a small apartment.
Yeah.
And that's because we were using just like every last little nook and cranny we could.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Did you guys
Had
hide
to be
anything
outside.
in like the kitchenette area, like of like any of your production stuff? Because
Yeah, you can catch some of it. Some I'm sure you
can
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Yeah, in some of the
yeah.
scenes, it's like I think there's a flag in the background of one of the shots. There's an apple box
There's
in
a
the
bottle.
background
There's a water bottle
full
filled
of
with fake
blood.
blood sitting on the
We
counter.
tried to remove as much as we
I did
could
not
in
see that.
VFX, but
We just thought, I just thought there was like, all right, there's 4 people living in this apartment possibly, and that's just the way it is. Like they just have a bunch of shit everywhere.
Right.
So to me, it made sense to be like
Was
that.
it a 1-bedroom?
It actually is a 2-bedroom.
Okay.
Oh,
And funny
lucky.
enough, that like upstairs room where Claire goes into her room,
Yeah.
that door right there is actually to a hall closet. That's not a bedroom.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And there wasn't if you really thought about the geography, because we show like the hallway outside, like
Yeah,
there's
it's
no way physically where a bedroom
it's
could
very
be
it's
there.
a very Kubrick room, right? From like The Shining, where it's like
Yeah.
there's not physically enough space for that room to take place in reality.
But there's also no doorknob on the other side. So when I'm all mad and pissy
Ugh.
and I go in and I like slam the door shut, I'm having to grab the hinge on the inside.
Oh,
We
wow.
should have put a doorknob. We should have put a handle in
Oh,
there.
that's
Just put it
amazing.
there. Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, that honestly, the space you made it look like, because I was assuming it was like a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom, and I was like, you made it feel like a big apartment, like with the way you shot it. So it was pretty cool.
I love
Thank
these
you
real
very
I love
much.
these real estate questions.
Well, going back to the balcony just for a quick second, those
Yeah.
balconies, like they were out there for, I don't know, we forgot about them. We're walking the dogs, and I looked up and I saw, one of the police helicopters. You know how many there are out there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit, we still have those bodies on the porch. I'm
Oh,
like,
God.
how are we gonna get that?
That-
Oh my
We're
God,
gonna
that's
get,
fucking
the
amazing.
SWAT team breaking down the door.
oh
And,
my,
like-
Oh my
god.
God.
And that apartment building too, like you had to, in order to access the AC units, there's like an upper level and you can look down into everyone's balcony. And so I was often wondering, because people's AC would crap out all the time. And so everyone was always up there. I often wonder how no one was up there looking down and saw 2 wrapped bodies, one with
Yeah.
a knife sticking out. Like, oh my God.
Like, fuck it, it's LA.
That's probably what it's like. Just keep going. Don't even look. Don't
Mind your
just
business.
mind your business.
But we found out that the people who owned the place before us, apparently from our neighbor, they
Oh,
were
yeah.
apparently like big drug dealers with a bunch of pit bulls or something.
Yeah.
All right.
Shit.
Oh, so you making a movie there where there was just a bunch of blood spray was like not
Yeah,
a
they're
problem.
like,
I was
oh.
just like,
That
Like,
apartment
this
had
is fine.
seen some shit previously.
right? Oh
Yeah.
my god. The jump scare with the neighbor, that was really effective. I thought that was a really Billy and I were
Yes.
talking about that. When we were watching, it was like that was a really effective jump scare. And that
Yeah, I
was
did not
really
see
good.
it coming at all. And I was like, ah!
Yeah.
It was good.
That was good.
Awesome.
It was also the fastest pizza delivery that we've ever seen in our lives, because like Rocket got off the phone and it was like literally a second later that pizza showed up, and we were talking in the last episode like that was the fastest pizza delivery we've ever seen. I've never heard of a pizza delivery
Yeah,
that
But
Erin
isn't
went in
that
the
why
other
he
room,
wanted to use
freaked
him?
out, made her wish, and the fucking pizza was there. It's like, holy shit, that was quick. It's better than Domino's.
Zombie Devin could not wait to get over there.
Yeah.
Right?
right? And that's what
But
we
is
were
that
like too.
why
We were
he,
like,
he called him because he was faster, because it was delicious?
He loves that. He loves the pizza place, Gio's.
Enough
Rocket's
to
a
like
huge fan.
outshine Claire because he was so mad that she was designing.
When you
Like
guys
suits.
are all from the East Coast, so like there's a lot of great pizza places, especially in New York area. When you get to LA, it's like
Oh, yeah.
you find the
It's few
one
and far
spot,
between.
and it's like you can't. Like you're lucky you found one. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
he was
fair.
like, I like you as a friend, but I need to get this
Yeah.
pizza. Like, I don't really care.
Like,
That's what kind of
yeah,
makes him an
yeah.
asshole too. Like, he's like not showing her love for the costume that she's awesome at making, and oh yeah, your ex-boyfriend treated you like crap. Like, well, I really like this pizza.
Yeah, was
so,
that-
like,
What was the
I
thing?
don't
Because it was
really care.
implied. What was it supposed to be? Claire's ex-boyfriend? Just I want to make sure, because I that's how I read it. Okay.
Okay.
Her
Yeah,
ex.
Just want to make sure I read that correctly.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, why are you? I thought Punky. Somebody says like, why did you order? Or like, why are you getting
Yeah.
it or something like that? And like that's
Yeah.
why she goes in the room because she's all mad.
And she's all mad,
and she makes the wish. Do we? There's no backstory to this homeless Is it was he homeless? Was he the Rock? Like, was he the Blue Rock? Or is this like
Here we go again.
left for
Was he
us
the
to-
Rock
to
every
interrupt?
time? It's just like
The Blue Rock.
Was he
not
Dwayne
The Rock.
Johnson?
I think you're actually
you are actually like
way closer than I could. I mean, it all kind of, so it gets drip fed through the next couple volumes, but without giving too much away, you wouldn't be wrong in that comment.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Kudos to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
we're lunatics. When we watch these things, we're looking for everything. Like we're just like, what's
Yeah.
that? What's that? What's
Yeah.
that? Like,
Perfect.
I think you meant to say
yeah,
my
my
wife
wife hates
hates
watching movies or shows or anything with me. She's like,
You're like,
"Why
where's
did
that?
you become
It's
a
like, oh my
filmmaker?"
god.
But what was I gonna say? So you were saying this is obviously this was volume 1, and we're obviously your idea is to keep this thing going. Are we shooting volume 2?
yeah, we have volume 2, 3, 4, and 5 written.
holy shit.
Oh,
I've mapped
nice.
out the story. So again, it's a kind of a very anime centric plot. So really following the characters, expands the world, slowly explains more of the mechanic because there is a much longer. There's actually a story that makes quasi sense around the rock. It's not just like a one off, like oh, there's a
MacGuffin.
yeah. And we made this one through kind of just grit and determination. So I'm kind of like, we should do it again. So we've now accumulated a lot more skills and a lot more technology and a lot more relationships. So we're going to be starting pre-production next
That's
year.
awesome.
And depending on the budget, the scope will have to be adjusted. Obviously, maybe it won't come out exactly as written, but there are a lot of new tools available now which I can make a zombie horde pretty easily on a computer nowadays.
We're not in 2016 anymore.
No, it makes a lot of sense. So are you guys, I'm interested with the zombie aspect. Are you guys big like horror fans in general, zombie fans specific? Like where did that come from? Because it's like you could have wished for a lot of things in there and the movie could have gone a lot of different ways, right? But it was I wish they were all zombies so I can kill them. Like where did that come from?
So that comes from like I've always loved zombie movies, and I don't know. I'm sorry, this camera is like
it's randomly.
No, you're
It's
fine.
the traction.
Don't even worry about
not
it.
working with me right
This
now.
Our
camera
podcast-
operator does not like me either. He keeps going to Kyle.
Our podcast is all about
gotta
technical
scream.
issues. Don't worry.
It's typical. They're like zoom in on the director.
Absolute
The
cinema.
AI is taking
Caught me
over.
as my
Patriarchy.
program is now working.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I've just always loved zombie movies, and like it's kind of something I've always wanted to do. So when we were talking about doing a feature film, again, it was just like, well, it sounds like a no-brainer. Like, if we're gonna go low budget with a type of film, I would like to do a zombie movie. And so it just was kind of like a selfish choice.
And it was built in that Claire's character is like, hello.
Like, I'm here.
Come on, Zoom, get with the program. But Claire's character is like built in, supposed to be a pretty big zombie fan as well. And so we had more decorations.
Manny
around-
picked up on that.
perfect around her room and things like that. And like obviously she's got the zombie doll that she's like thrashing around in anger. So like zombies are just kind of right there in her zeitgeist in that moment as she's speaking out loud. But yeah, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
picked
that's-
up on like that she's
Manny
kind of
did
the
a good job
zombie
of that.
expert because like even Rocket asked her like, is that supposed to be like when you hit him in the brain? It's like, how come he didn't die? And like
Right.
and like as they start interacting with other zombies and like, wait, he's not supposed to be talking. It's like, and he asks like, Claire, is that right? Like, so I was like, oh, so she's the zombie expert, and Rocket might be into one thing, and so they all four of them have their own skills in a way. So it's like, oh, okay, they're building a team. Like there's a
Exactly.
reason why they're all together. So
Just like how Punky is the prepper.
Right.
yeah.
Oh my God, that was great. I love that part. That was and the YouTube channel that she saw, like that little cut to that. It was also the same thing we thought was really funny was the cut to the news channels all the time because like in that part, it was like the news is moving quickly. And I was like, it was really great to see because it added a level of like campiness and comedy to a lot of this as well. So there was like, we were talking about a movie that's just I've seen some of these other movies that kind of just are like this one knew exactly what it wanted to do and everything, but like there was a movie Birdemic where like they cut to the news and it's just like the most ridiculous scene for no reason, but this was like really keeping the time where it's like, okay, this is happening now, we're here now, the power's out. But it was really funny when they cut to it every time and this dead body there, and that is not being dealt with. And so they're just doing all this stuff. It was really quite.
And the
funny.
reporter gets attacked. Yeah, it was well done. Yeah,
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I actually played that reporter.
Yeah.
Did you? There you go.
Oh, okay.
that's
We were
my answer.
wondering, Manny, if Kyle showed up.
I was like,
okay.
is he in the movie? Like, I was like, he's got to be in it. He's got to be.
He's also Fritz the cameraman. You know how we cut to the cameraman and he's like,
Yeah.
That's
So
Kyle.
I was
as
the
well.
bandage face guy because I couldn't show my face too many times.
Yeah.
And then I was the camera guy. I played a couple of the zombies that chased them like into the tunnel scene. So those were all shot against a green screen and then kind of placed in post. And
Anything out of necessity, basically, Kyle would find a way to be. And he voiced
Jack of all trades, man. I love it.
And actually, there are a couple cut sequences in the news where like you'll see a bunch of different panels show up, and like one's in the snow and one is in New York City with like a burning building. And those are all me with different wigs and different facial hair.
Oh, that's
awesome.
amazing.
That's
love
funny. Oh my god. So you made a very specific choice for fast moving zombies. Was there a reason for fast and not slow moving zombies? Because Billy and I were talking too, like in the last episode, like fast moving zombies scared the shit out of us.
Terrifying.
Like, that's terrifying. Like absolutely terrifying. Like what was the initial choice for that?
With our budget, it would have been hard to do slow moving zombies and make it scary because it's not like we could have done at any point like a whole horde of zombies.
Yeah.
So you had to get a bang for the buck with every zombie, but I'm a huge fan of the fast like zombie. Like I think they're much more terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
And I always kind of envisioned our zombies as like very much. It was funny because now I just saw 28 years later, and that's always the way I envisioned our zombies being, especially in the future times, where depending on the zombie and the person, right, it's going to have a different evolutionary form, right? Some will gorge themselves and get fat and be like dragging themselves across the floor. Others will be like kind of the more alphas, which is like your Xander. It's like super strong and powerful and jacked.
Of course, Xander's an alpha zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's his real name, but like I said, like, once again, no offense to people with the name. That's like a good job picking an asshole name. Like I was like, when I hear Xander, I'm like, fuck, man. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, no offense to Xanders, just saying.
that was my Starship Troopers reference there.
Oh, I love it, man.
Nice.
And
I literally was playing the Starship Troopers video game like 2 days ago. Yeah, that fucking love it, bro. It's awesome.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you said that though about the name Xander, because we were talking with another interviewer just a couple days back, and he's like, I've got it out for Xanders. I had this kid when I was growing up. His name was Xander, and now every time I hear Xander, I think asshole.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm there with that guy.
No, I agree.
Sorry, Xanders. Sorry, Xanders.
Oh my god. Other questions, because I have a couple questions from people. Like, do we want to move into that? Because I would.
I got one more question.
Go ahead.
So,
Billy.
obviously, zombie fans, favorite zombie movie of all time.
Right now, mine is Train to Busan. I'm on a just huge Train to Busan kick. I thought it was incredible fun.
I've heard good things. I haven't seen that yet, though. I got to watch it.
Ooh,
oh yeah, it's fantastic.
It's so
and
good.
That would be one of the top ones for me. And I kind of oscillate between like favorite horror movie and zombie zombie film, depending how I'm feeling.
That's fair.
Right now, I'd say I'm feeling Shaun of the Dead is probably right there at the top.
It's so good. I love how it takes the piss out of the genre, but it's still like so well done. Like, that's like Simon Pegg's best film, in my opinion. It's so good.
Oh yeah,
incredible.
God. And Edgar Wright is just like an absolute genius. Like I love all of his work.
Oh yeah,
it's like one of the biggest misses ever was him not getting that Ant-Man job. Like I would have loved to see what he did with the MCU. Like that would have been awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So many what ifs there, right? Like the show. Yeah. What if?
Oh god. So I do have a couple. So this question comes from our friend of the show who has an amazing podcast, Brian Colburn, host of My Weekly Mixtape. Shout out to Brian for coming back. You know, he took a hiatus for a little bit, so we're glad Brian's back, and My Weekly Mixtape will be back. You can check out the episode Manny and I did on my weekly mixtape about the nostalgia playlist, that the nostalgia mixtape. That was a good one. And Brian was on way in the beginning of our podcast when we did something about Billy Joel, which that was a really interesting episode as well. But his question was, from a music standpoint, how did you work out the songs to use in the film? Like, did you license major artists through a network, or work with indie artists? Like, were any of the songs recorded specifically for the movie?
So my dad actually did the score for the movie, as well as wrote original songs for the movie. So there's a song called ZombieCon that's literally written around like the narrative of the film. And he found a local band in Florida called Monday's Mona Lisa to actually record that. And then we loved their music so much that we ended up licensing a few of their songs, like the song that you were referencing with the first zombie kill with the ex-boyfriend. That's one of their original songs that we licensed for the film. So I think we ended up licensing like 3 of their songs in total.
Or 4. Yeah, they're fantastic.
So another one of their songs, which actually fits perfectly thematically with the film, only plays unfortunately in the credits, but it's called Demon, and it's all about having like, a demon inside and, having a retrospective.
That's one of the moments where we were like, this is meant to be, because they hadn't released that song yet, and we were listening to it. We're like, oh my God, like this literally describes, Rocket's whole internal struggle.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny because when I heard that song, I was like, oh, it's saying they're singing ZombieCon. It was like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, where like it's like the song is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It's like the song is the movie was made. The song was made for the movie specifically, and that was really interesting. And I thought it added a lot. And again, it added to the comedy. Every time like there was some sort of kill scene, I was just like, oh my God, like this is hilarious that this is happening. Before I exit, I have a question. Like, so I guess because I don't know if you can answer this question. There was something that we were talking about in our episode that we were just very surprised that none of the core people died. Because in many horror films, especially, zombie films or something, someone does in a way bite the dust for like some odd reason. And we thought as well with some of the reasons, like, there were some scenes, like, without giving anything away, that we thought, okay, this is going to be that moment, right? Like, was there a reason for that? Or is that, how they, because of what's about, like, with more coming, like, because that is a specific choice for a horror genre to keep, or even in Shaun of the Dead. I mean, many people die in their group. So I'm curious, like, the choice for that type of.
Was it a conscious decision, basically, right? Like,
thank you for ending what I was saying, Billy, because I was just going to.
I got what you were going with. Sorry.
Could not finish that sentence. I don't know what was going on.
I got you, bro.
Yeah, no, that was a totally conscious decision. I mean, it would have been very easy as a writer to just off, a character here, a character there. I mean, it would have risen the stakes. It would have obviously made it a lot more tense, a lot more real. And so it was a challenge to try to get that across without offing the characters. But this is, again, like a very like anime kind of my version of trying to make an anime myself with the tools that I know how to use. And I want these characters to be a mainstay, which doesn't protect them in future volumes. But I at least wanted them to get to volume 2 so that we could have some kind of basis where to build the world off of. So they're kind of like the foundation.
I like the anime reference, and then it brings another question, because I asked favorite zombie. What's favorite anime then? I know you're a huge anime fan, so what is it?
So I mean, look, I'll go with my vanilla answer right now. Would be obviously I grew up on Dragon Ball Z, like when it was syndicated on like Channel 8 or something, like one episode every 2 weeks, and I like that was like when I was 5 years old. So I've been a like lifelong fan of DBZ. But if I'm going with like a couple of the newer animes that I've really been into, I've like fallen in love in the last like probably, I don't know, 10 years, 20, like 15 years with the Berserk franchise. And like, not necessarily the anime for that. They haven't done the adaptations very well, but the manga is fantastic. And Evangelion Neon Genesis has been like that was fantastic.
All right.
It's
I'm gonna
funny.
You
have
guys ever you guys ever
let
watch Tanya the Evil? Oh, sorry. Aaron.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
Saga of
that's
Tanya the Evil.
such
That's
a
Oh,
good
dude,
one.
no
that's-
one knows about that one. That's
Oh,
fantastic.
I fucking love that. It's my favorite anime ever, man. It's so fucking weird and like out there. I fucking love it. So good.
I'm gonna write that
So
down.
good.
Did you see?
Yeah, you gotta watch it, Dan.
There was a movie that came out like a couple years.
Yes.
Yeah, it
I
was
have it.
fantastic.
So I'm actually me and my buddy who's like a huge anime fan, we're like finishing the original series. I think I have a couple episodes left, and he watched the series, but he's like, yo, I'm gonna watch with you again because this is so fucking good. And then he's like, when we finish, we'll watch the movie together. So we're getting there. So I
Nice.
think I have 2 episodes left. But yeah, I love how you guys heard of that because I didn't know anyone else heard of it except my buddy, and he's like, watch this. I was like, dude, this is so fucking weird and dark. I love it.
Dude, I love first off, I love like World War One, like that entire like
Oh
vibe,
yeah.
because like it's such a hellish landscape, and like everyone talks about World War Two, and you've got all of million movies, but World War One, it's like, oh my god, like Paths of Glory, of course, from Kubrick, yeah, fantastic,
Yeah.
but like adding the Harry Potter element of
It's
for
fucking
it's,
crazy,
like,
dude.
just insane.
Yeah, it's
It's
bomb.
nuts.
Amazing anime. I love the
And sorry, Aaron, I didn't mean to cut you off earlier.
Not at all.
When your
Not
favorite
at all.
anime. Sorry, that was just like blah in my head, so I spit it out. Sorry.
I'm happy because we never talked to anyone who's seen that one.
No, yeah,
Or that it
That one's great.
I am gonna be super. I'm gonna be super bland here and have to go. This camera hates me. I don't know what I did to it. I'm so sorry.
It's the Tony
Damn
voice.
AI.
He's like,
Tough crowd.
I don't like glasses.
Yeah, I
Move.
guess not. It's like all over Kyle. Like, get a room.
I really think it's AI just focusing on the Terminator video game behind
Oh,
it.
there
It's
we
like,
go.
that's all it is.
I'm gonna have to go with Demon Slayer as my favorite anime
Okay.
because the rewatchability. Like, we've got a couple anime that we've rewatched a bunch, and Demon Slayer is always the one at the top of my list where I'm like, I could always go for a rewatch. I love the characters. I love the world. Tanjiro has my heart. Like, Demon Slayer is amazing. Yeah, I mean, Attack on Titan is pretty up there too, especially because that was one of the first anime that I was really getting into anime with. And Kyle actually, for the Rockets set up whole like anime watching together. Like, we're gonna have a barbecue, we're gonna have sangria, we're gonna sit you down, we're gonna all watch some anime together. And alongside Attack on Titan, actually Berserk was the first one that he chose to play for us.
Oh my god.
Funky was losing it during the eclipse scene. She's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
That's amazing. And I did love in the scene in the movie where they're watching the anime and like Javier's like, why is it so bloody? And Punky's like, they cut someone's head off with a samurai sword. Like
Oh,
thought
so
that
many
was hilarious.
samurai swords in that apartment too.
And I love that,
Foreshadowing,
like,
yeah.
that, I do want to go back to that scene where, like, you have it's a plastic sword at first, and you're like the comedy alone in this is just like all these like serious huge weapons. It's like, why doesn't everybody just have a samurai sword the whole time? It's like they're like got little axes and all this stuff. It was like, just grab the samurai swords. You have like 10 of them. Like,
Right.
just go with that.
Go take
It
your
was
pick.
awesome. Yeah, it was great. Loved it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the bag of weapons was something I bet Christian thought like he almost killed me during production because
This is Javier.
yeah that there was that bag of weapons where all the swords were in that he leaves in tunnels or whatever.
Yeah.
And I didn't I was like, I don't know if we can afford like fake props for all this stuff. So I was like, yeah, you're strong, you're jacked, just carry the whole bag of weapons. So all those
Oh
running
my
scenes with him
God.
running,
First
he's
of all-
actually carrying all those weapons in that thing.
He was exhausted. I think he is ripped, but that was, he was
yeah,
getting
he's
tired.
definitely ripped.
We
Yeah.
were talking about that
We were
just now
laughing
because
about that.
in the other episode, because I said like, you watch these movies where people like, especially like revenge movies, when characters go buy like an entire bag of guns and then they have a duffel bag and they're walking around with this bag of guns like it's easy. And I'm like, it's so funny. I'm like, and that's why we're like, they have samurai swords. Just give 2 to each person. Forget the
Yeah.
bag. Just run with these samurai
Like, just
swords.
just Leonardo
But
that stuff. Like,
that is
why
funny.
are we walking around with that?
Just Leonardo this stuff. But that's funny to think he had to carry all that because it's funny now. It's like when you go back and rewatch, it's like, yeah, that he is exhausted, but now it's like, yeah, he's exhausted.
He's really exhausted. And in the park scene too, at the top of it, he's wearing his helmet. And I forget why. Like Kyle had like painted over
it was
like
just
that?
it was just dark. It
okay,
was I did repaint the helmet, but yeah.
Running through wherever you guys filmed that, like in the dark. Oh wow.
And he's running in the dark. He's carrying this giant bag. He can't see shit. It's a wonder that he didn't fall.
Oh my God.
Falls in the scene, but like it's a wonder that he didn't fall.
That's amazing.
Camera likes you now. Oh, it
finally went to you.
Finally there.
Thank you. I feel so flattered. I feel like when someone's, when you go over a friend's place and their dog like gravitates and picks you, that's how I just felt. Like,
yes.
I know we were kind of all over. Dan, you were going to ask other questions. I was thinking in our past episode we were talking about this. The guys in the wine store.
In the wine store.
The liquor store.
Oh,
do we see them?
Okay,
the liquor store. Do we see them later on as zombies?
We don't.
No,
we don't.
Oh, then
all right.
the guy. So I was trying to figure out who the assholes were in the tunnel. So I was like, was that because there was a female there too, and I was like, so those are just new assholes?
Yeah. Just
okay.
Random.
So I was like, oh, baby.
There's a lot of assholes.
Yeah.
You garden variety assholes.
Yeah.
We were talking
LA's
about that
assholes.
and how like if we made other people assholes, like, and they would just be on there. I think one thing in the other episode we were talking about, if Joe Rogan would have turned into an asshole, but he'd still be podcasting and be like, yeah, so you're a zombie, huh? Oh my God. Yeah, Gene, put that clip up with this. Okay. Like it just, because especially in LA, like, I mean, look, I love living in LA and even in New York. I mean, the population of assholes, it's just gigantic. Just lock the door and stay in. Like, you're not going anywhere. Like,
everywhere, bro.
Well, especially in New York.
We were saying like basically if you feel like you're an asshole and like you've been an asshole, you could be a zombie. So like there's not many people that wouldn't be zombies.
Well, except Javier. He was definitely, he had a heart of gold, that guy. I mean,
Green Ranger, like
this is. I think asshole zombies are more terrifying to me than like spreading the disease zombies because there's so many fucking assholes in the world. Like we'd be so fucked if that happened. We'd be
New York would be fucked. Dude.
No, most cities would be fucked. Most places would be fucked, dude. Like,
Bill, do you remember one time we were doing an episode?
Like on a farm in the Midwest in this mentality, like maybe your
the
all
shucks mentality, yep,
like Pleasantville, like. Yeah. Terrytown, maybe. I don't know.
No.
Like all the rest of us fucked up and
Terrytown
now.
No, remember we were reviewing I think it was the recent Awful Roadhouse, and you're like somebody came in and we're like they liked it and we're like, wait, are we assholes? Like I think you actually said
yes, I did say that. And
we was like, no, that movie sucked, dude. Like,
we'd be zombies.
We had a few people
movie does suck though.
Send in a clip going like, what did you think? And we had just gone through the whole episode because we loved the original Roadhouse and we were
trashed it.
Manny and I had like 2 years when we heard that it was coming, like of episodes just going, we have to stop this. And then obviously we can't, we're just two assholes doing the podcast. And then like we added
a third.
We asked people to send in a clip, like 2 other podcasts, Sleevy G and the Movie Boners, and they liked it. And Billy said he's just like, maybe we're just assholes. This is fucking bullshit. Like we're just like,
so we'd be zombies right now doing this podcast.
100%, bro.
Of course,
100%.
It's fine. There was another question I want to ask, and I think you said something. You definitely answered your favorite zombie film, but the host of the Jacked Up Review Show podcast sent a question going, what are your favorite underrated zombie films? Like if you feel like there was a zombie film or even a horror film that you felt like was underrated, that's one of your favorite underrated horror or zombie films.
I know we're about to say the same ones. I'm going to say it first.
Wait, let's do it on three. On three. 1, 2,
One Cut of the Dead. Yeah. So it would be
totally just cut Erin right out of there as soon as it got to 3.
It was like 1, 2, bye, Erin.
See ya, peace.
So it actually has really good reviews, but it was I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's called One Cut of the Dead. It's a Japanese
I haven't seen
film. It's fantastic.
It's so
It actually
good.
made a ton of money over in Japan. It's kind of a low budget zombie movie with a really interesting twist. I won't say anything about it
Don't
because,
Google it ahead of
yeah,
time.
you got to
Go
I'm
in
adding it to my
blind.
Amazon list right now.
Perfect. Go in
It's,
blind. Do not read up on it at
yeah,
all.
Love
yeah.
it.
And it's just it's a really fun, unique movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
fantastic.
awesome.
Awesome.
All right. What about horror movie in general then? Or is it all zombies for you guys?
I've been talking about this one a lot because it was like my first horror movie that got me. But What Lies Beneath, I thought was just incredible.
All right. No, that's a good one.
So good. And you got Michelle Pfeiffer and Harrison Ford in a horror movie? Like what?
Yeah.
That's solid.
Yeah, that is pretty fucking solid.
And I'll go with I know at the time that it came out, it got a lot of fanfare, but I feel like it's been totally not talked about and lost to the annals of history. Frighteners, with Michael.
Dude.
Oh, dude, that was wasn't that
Michael J. Fox.
no, wasn't it the guy that did Lord of the Rings? Didn't he do that?
Did Peter Jackson do that?
I'll have to look
Maybe.
that up. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
looking
Like
it up.
I just got
Oh, no.
excited because I've seen that movie recently again, and I'm like, holy shit, this movie was good.
Yeah, dude, it's a fantastic. And the villain, I forget what it's called. Like it's called like the Dark Entity or whatever it is. But that terrified me, especially as a kid, because it was killing the ghosts. And I figure if you're already dead and you're terrified of this thing and you can't do anything to stop it and it can kill you, like what does killing the ghost mean? Like I was like, this
Yeah.
is horrific.
Where's the ghost go?
And
That's crazy.
I got to go back to the zombie question and throw this one out because I was actually in this film, tiny part way back when. But
Oh, shit.
Dance of the Dead, a zombie horror comedy, like low budget, I think it was like 2008, was awesome and definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen it.
All right.
Wow.
Do you guys do so you're not doing any features now. What are you guys up to now?
Well, we filmed a feature at the beginning of this year. Once we got our deliverables in for ZombieCon and that whole process had started, Erin was pregnant and we're like, well, we have like a couple months before our child is born. We should take advantage of this time. And, we could do post-production with a baby, but filming a movie with a baby is like a little bit more difficult. So we actually knocked down a horror movie. It's about I really had to stretch the creative muscles on this, about a frustrated filmmaking couple that moves from Los Angeles to Atlanta while the wife is pregnant. And she's going to go to the mountains with her mother-in-law, and he's going to unpack the house while he secretly tries to make a film. But then it's got a poltergeist element that kind of comes up and, kind of straight horror from that point forward. With a little
When are we expecting that out?
We were almost done with post-production, and then we had to really get going on promotion for ZombieCon. So I'd say probably got a month of post-production left. So sometime next year. It kind of depends on, what the holidays look like. And I think we might be moving again, which is like freaking multi-month process. Like just moving
never
our
fun.
equipment
Moving
is
sucks.
horror.
Moving is the worst.
Yeah, you guys should do a horror movie on moving.
That's a
Fucking-
good idea.
Everyone hates moving.
It's fucking
like the
terrible. I
worst
just
thing.
did it. Yeah.
Yeah. So is it like, do you guys is it like production company now? So, like, are you guys doing other things? Like, and how do you fund these feature films?
So, I mean, for the last feature film, we did that for, I think, what, $7,000?
Yeah, that was like a creative exercise. Writing the script was literally let's just write it around our own equipment that we have, the one location, the house, make it basically as low budget as possible. So that was like $7,000.
Yeah, and we've accumulated all the equipment over the years. And I do all the post-production, and basically
It's awesome.
like a one-man band for most of the usually my buddy Chad Tolson, who was the boom pole operator on ZombieCon, will come in and he'll operate the boom. But I can set the shot and basically do everything, trade favors to get a couple more crew members or to get other people involved. And then we do have a couple projects that are being tentatively talked about. After being in Los Angeles for so long, I will not say anything about any of those until I see, checks come through and things actually happen. Because, it's just talk until, money's in the account and we're actually moving on something. So we'll see where the things fall with that, and then we have we basically will rent out our camera, or I'll work on other projects and like just kind of be whatever they need on set and just kind of help pay the bills and
That's
kind of
cool.
keep stashing money to the side to make stuff.
So when we're not doing zombie or horror, what's the next genre that you like?
I'd say
You love sci-fi.
I was gonna say science fiction,
You
probably.
love sci-fi.
Yeah.
Kyle always
But
wants a fantasy element. It
like-
could be like a rom-com, and he's like, "Let's throw in a fantasy
Well,
element."
Yeah.
It could be she gets abducted by an alien and they fall madly in love.
It's still a rom-com.
Love it.
My God, that's
And
great.
Erin, what
Wow.
about you?
I mean, I love comedy as well. I would love to do just like a straight comedy. That would be awesome. But a coming of age film, we've got a really, really great
Oh
script.
yeah, what about the Bigfoot script?
We've got
The Bigfoot script is about a group of filmmakers. It's funny how a lot of this, when you spend 10 years in post-production, a lot of
Makes
your
sense.
stories and horror stories come from it. But it's about a group of filmmakers who are like, they think that they're really good, and everyone's kind of a prima donna. They go to Tennessee to make a Bigfoot film, and it kind of has a supernatural element. There like actually is a Bigfoot, so it's a little bit of a horror story, but it's
there's so much comedy.
yeah, it's
That's hilarious.
That's
We
amazing.
watched them making the movie and things going wrong
Yeah,
and
I'll
getting
give-
stalked.
I'll
and-
just give one little I gotta say
I
it now.
know
We've
what you're
opened
gonna
up the
say.
door.
I know.
So like the actor on set, I always envisioned it being Christian Casillas who plays Javier, but like the role would be like a prim and proper prima donna, is posting everything on Instagram and is like constantly like, oh, I've got, by like X amount of followers, I gotta get up, I got a new comment today, I gotta respond to this, and he's just all about his looks and everything. And he gets cast as like the Bigfoot in the movie. And there's a snafu with the makeup artist where the director, who's like, just a maniacal maniac, is like, no, I gotta have these. I really see Bigfoot with these giant nipples. I feel like it's just feral. Like it's like these 3-inch long just nipples. And of course
that's
the actor
amazing.
was like, oh, it's terrible. And the director's like, come on, it's gonna be great. We'll take them off and you'll get all your pictures later. This is gonna be feral. It's gonna be great. But the
I
makeup
love it.
artist uses actual like cement glue instead
Oh,
of
God.
aesthetic stuff. So for the rest of the movie, he's got these gigantic
Gigantic nipples.
These
Oh, that's
giant
amazing.
honkers.
and it's like, they're a little soft too. So he like keeps trying to put shirts on and they just fold down.
Oh my God.
Oh, I love
Well,
that.
Oh, that's
Whenever
fucking
that-
amazing.
Come back on when that comes out.
Yeah.
That's
you know what?
amazing.
I'll save some of the nipples from production. I'll send you guys all pairs.
Oh, hell yeah.
Great.
I'll
Just
wear
hang
'em.
hang them
It's like
right on
you're
the wall.
thinking about cosplaying.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right?
There we go.
I don't need an excuse to put on a costume. That's good.
No,
Let's do it.
Manny will he has no excuse for putting on a costume or dancing. He'll just do
Yeah,
it.
or dancing.
He's ready to go. But yeah, I think like we're winding down, but if Billy, Manny, have any other questions or anything, or you all, anything else you want to say?
I just want to know when
Covered all
Volume
my
2 is
questions.
coming out, but
Yeah.
I guess it's not in production yet. We have a script though.
We have a
Oh, yeah.
script, and I want
Yeah.
to start pre-production next year. And again, we're kind of like in the camp of if we want to do it, we'll find a way to do it. So
You got to
Yeah,
start working on it, and then the pieces will come together. And
Yeah.
we're hoping next year pre-production.
Would you have to like go to would you have it where you're living now? Like you would just shoot it there, or you'd have
no,
We need a bigger budget for this.
yeah,
one.
this would be a location shoot. It takes place in like kind of the middle of a desert, so I'd probably be thinking like
All right.
Mexico or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
fucking awesome. Wow, great. Well, tell
Sweet.
everyone where they could get ZombieCon, where they could follow you all, and how they can support, this project and anything else that you're doing.
Absolutely. So across social media, we're at ZombieCon Movie, and we run our own socials. So reach out to us. It's us that you're chatting with. And our website is ZombieCon Vol.1. That's number1.com. But you can watch ZombieCon if you're based in the US or Canada. Basically, any VOD platform that you can buy or rent movies, you'll find ZombieCon Vol.1 on. As well as for you collectors, we have the DVD out. It's on Amazon Prime. We added a whole bunch of behind the scenes, extended scenes, deleted scenes, filmmaker commentary. Even if you just love indie filmmaking and you're curious like what this looked like behind the scenes, it's a really good watch and definitely worth your time. So I know I'm a little bit biased, but go check that out.
You're a good salesperson. You shout out a lot of products. I feel like we're really hawking a lot of stuff here. Like we've got a book available on Amazon. That's actually true.
We
and
do.
Don't forget
You
the
do?
T-shirts.
Yeah.
No, we did a
we haven't marketed it at all yet, or our merch, but we got merch up on the site now. And then Kyle and his dad put together this awesome making of ZombieCon Vol.1 book. But it's actually a really good book, like you were saying, for indie filmmakers or anyone getting into filmmaking as well, seeing like the behind the scenes look of how the hell this whole thing was put together. So
that's right. You don't need to go to college. Just buy this one book on Amazon.
I love it. I love it. Kyle, what you were saying, when you were like, great job pitching, it reminds me of like the buy Spaceballs, the T-shirt.
Every time she goes into that, that's what I'm thinking about.
I love it.
I didn't
Really
know what
good
he was
job.
going with that. I was sitting here going, "Oh my god, thank you." I thought it was an okay delivery. I could have done
I
better.
thought it was,
I thought it was great.
strong to quite strong.
And Erin, the camera stayed right on you the entire time.
It
It
did.
didn't go away. It was
Well,
like
that's the real litmus test. So,
They're not like, what's it called?
Tell them about the flamethrower.
oh yes.
Oh,
What is it?
I was saying you're gonna tell them about the flamethrower. That was just
Yeah. Everybody's got to have a flamethrower.
you gotta
Fuck yeah.
have flamethrowers,
Let's
swords,
go.
and everything. But yeah, thank you both for coming on, Erin and Kyle. This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for sharing the behind the scenes and everything that happened during the filming of ZombieCon and having fun and mixing it up with us. It was a lot of fun. So thank you both for coming on. And everyone, follow the Nostalgia Test podcast wherever you get your podcast. Follow us across social media. You'll see us like mixing up with other people in the comments of other things. Like when people like to talk about how, you know, who am I trolling lately? Oh, the Dave Mustaine people. So anytime someone's like talking about it, you know, I like to just, you know, poke at them a little bit. So you'll see us around, but also follow us, like us, follow us on Substack, because like we're also going to be, you know, all our videos, you know, full episode videos are on Substack because, you know, YouTube's being a pain in the ass. So that's where we're putting everything else right now. And we're going to start writing there as well. So everyone, thank you so much. Join us on the next Nostalgia Test. And Erin and Kyle, thank you both again, really, for having, you know, such a great time. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank
for
you
having
all.
us.
thanks, guys.
Share this episode with your friends. Subscribe and follow the Nostalgia Test podcast on YouTube, Substack, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Send us your episode ideas and comments, or book us for podcasts and events at thenostalgiatest@gmail.com. Come hang out with us next week, because you never know what pop culture will pop up on the Nostalgia Test.